Have you ever felt your heart race for no reason? Your stomach churn before something simple? Or your mind spin in circles, unable to stop? This is anxiety. And in the modern age, it has become an almost invisible epidemic. But the truth is, anxiety is not just a modern disorder. It is a profound mechanism of the human mind as old as civilization itself. A code that, if deciphered, can reveal the secrets of control over you or over others. Today we will delve into the hidden side of anxiety, not as a disease, but as a tool of power. The word anxiety comes from the Latin angere, which means to tighten, to suffocate. And that is exactly how it acts. An invisible tightening in the chest, in the breath, in the soul. But biologically, anxiety is just an alarm. It is the brain screaming, "Careful, something could go wrong." It's the survival instinct activating before any real danger exists. The problem is that in modernity, this alarm never turns off. We live surrounded by notifications, deadlines, social pressures. And the brain, which was shaped to face lions, now panics in the face of work deadlines and social media comparisons. The result? We live in a permanent state of red alert. Anxiety is a prison in time. It rips us from the present and throws us into a future that has not yet happened. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." And he was right. The anxious mind creates scenarios that do not exist, multiplies risks, imagines catastrophes. It is as if every thought were a potential enemy. This is the essence of anxiety, to live at war with what has not yet come to pass. And the more we fight against this feeling, the more it grows. It is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. But here lies the dark truth. Anxiety is not just an internal enemy. It can be used against you. Governments, religions, leaders, and even corporations have always known this. The fear of the future is one of the most powerful weapons for controlling behavior. Politicians use social anxiety to promise security. Religions use the anxiety of the afterlife to ensure obedience. Companies exploit the anxiety of status to sell products. Machiavelli warned, "Fear holds men together more than love." And anxiety is precisely fear. Before the fear. It is the anticipation that paralyzes and makes us vulnerable. Whoever controls your anxiety controls you. But we do not need shadowy leaders to fall into this trap. We ourselves are the greatest manipulators of our own anxious minds. How many times have you told yourself, "I will only rest after I finish everything"? "I will only be happy when I achieve a certain goal"? These phrases are mental prisons. They keep us in a constant state of anxiety, as if life were always postponed. It is like the image of Tantalus in Greek mythology, condemned to live with water and fruit within his reach, but unable to ever touch them. This is the perfect portrait of the anxious mind, always close to peace, but never reaching it. The Stoics saw anxiety as an error of judgment. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." For them, the path was simple, but not easy. Distinguish what is in our control from what is not. Everything that is beyond our power must be relinquished without resistance. On the other side of the world, Buddhism offered a similar view. For the Buddha, anxiety is born from attachment, from the desire for reality to be different than it is. The meeting of these philosophies reveals something profound. Anxiety is not an external enemy. It is a shadow cast by the mind itself. And the only way to conquer it is to walk through it. Imagine for a moment if you could transform your anxiety into strength. If instead of paralyzing you, it became fuel. Great leaders and artists have done exactly this. The anxious energy, that internal whirlwind, can be redirected into creative action, into discipline, into overcoming. Nietzsche called this Amor Fati, to love one's fate, including the suffering. He believed that even anxiety is a flame that, if not extinguished, can illuminate the path. But here is the secret. For this to happen, you must look anxiety in the face, not run from it, not try to kill it, but tame it. In the end, anxiety is an invisible code written within us. It can be the chain that imprisons us, or the key that sets us free. It all depends on how you interpret it. If you allow it, it will be used against you by systems, by leaders, by illusions. But if you learn to decipher its language, anxiety can become a compass that points not to a frightening future, but to the present, where life truly happens. Breathe deeply. Look around you. And remember, anxiety only has power as long as you believe you have no choice. The choice is yours. If this video made you reflect on your own mind, remember, this is only the beginning. Here at the Human Codex, our mission is to reveal the hidden patterns that shape your life. From anxiety to manipulation, from ancient philosophy to dark psychology. Subscribe now and join the community that transforms wisdom into power. And in the comments, tell me, what is the biggest trigger for your anxiety today? Your answer may inspire the next video.